minute. And all the trouble you got yourself into. Don't you wish you were here instead? Come on now. Except for me. I had a good time with my wife and didn't get in any trouble at all. So just wanted to report that and give a good report. An incalculable report. Let us move on. It is that time of the meeting where we are going to move into some evaluation. I love this part of the meeting. This is a good time of the meeting. To know that a speaker, whenever they got up there, they have worked hard for the past few days. They've got their topic. They've worked on it. They've slaved. They've had the little hairbrush in front of the mirror doing that kind of thing. You know, doing whatever it takes to vocalize and project. And now the rubber hits the road as they come here and deliver that speech in front of us. And now they don't have to wait 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month to find out how they did. They get to find out right now. Not only do they get an oral examination and report on what they've done, they also get a little written one because of all the good stuff that you're going to write on that tiny little piece of paper. You'll hand it on into them and they will be encouraged and uplifted by what you have to say. With that said, let us move to our very first evaluator of the evening. Now, coming now to give us a good evaluation of Ryan's speech is Mr. Jonathan Moyd. Will you make him welcome as he...
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and honored guests. Ryan, organize your speech. This is his project number 2. The cost of being unbanked. Very good topic. It's something that jumps out and gets your attention very quickly when you talk about money, especially in these tough economic times. Some of the things that you were sort of trying to do for us as far as your objectives were to give us a clearly defined goal, and your topic did that for us. You have to have a good body, a beginning, body, and conclusion. Your transitions need to be noticeable, yet seamless. And another thing that I really look forward to was facts. You have plenty of facts. Let's talk about the speech value a little bit. Because we're in a very tough economic time, the speech value is relevant to every single person in this room. So I'll give you a pat on the back for picking a topic that all of us will pay attention to. Preparation. Whenever you see somebody who's got plenty of notes, they took time to gather their material. They took time to study it over and read it and prepare themselves. And one of the things I noticed, people who do not prepare properly, either their speech is too long or too short. So you did a great job. You're right on time. Organization. Clear opening, body, and conclusion. And as far as the transitions, seamless. Seamless. I mean, I couldn't tell when you were moving from topic to topic. There was no pause, no break. It was very seamless. So great job. I don't want to say smooth. You might get the big head on it. Another thing that I wanted to make a comment on was the content of your speech. The material itself was very valuable to each of us. If you could have done anything differently, I would say give us a handout. We'd like to take that material back and read it over because it was a lot of good material. So is yours. A few things that jumped out at me. I asked him at the beginning of the speech, what are some of the things that you want me to look for as far as improvement? And he said the use of his hands. And when he first got up, he was like this. And what I did in the back was, and then he broke his hands apart. But he wanted me to catch that. He did a great job after the fact. So it's something that whenever you're evaluating him, look for those hands, because he was busy wringing them. So keep an eye on that. Something else that would have improved the speech, a little more excitement. I spoke to him earlier about how do you bring your audience into a speech about banking, about money. Ask a question. That is the easiest way to draw your audience in. So ask a question. And finally, comes to the material, if you would gave us handouts, that would have been the icing on the cake. Thank you.
We're going to move to the next evaluator of the evening, and that is me. I get the opportunity to speak good and well of Sister Gloria's speech, Don't Forget Your Benefits. I think in life, sometimes we get a hold of a topic that could very easily translate into the Charlie Brown adults. And I think sometimes insurance could be one of those. But I have to commend Gloria because she took one of those possible type boring topics and moved it into a realm where it kept us on the edge of our seat. I like that she came up here and she seemed very comfortable and very knowledgeable about her topic. She worked the floor space in front of it. She had gestures with her hands and very good eye contact and didn't have to rely upon looking down at the podium for a whole lot of notes. She gave us so much valuable information, especially on the insurance topic. Is there anyone in the world that just loves dealing with insurance? I mean, speaking on behalf of the whole club, I think we'd all rather have that root canal just as soon as possible, let's get it, and then let's file it under the dental claims, okay? And in addition to that, she had some things that she was able to pull up, not just once or twice, but was able to pull them up in show and tell type visuals a couple of times. So all of the different basics of speech that she's supposed to get, she's been delivering them to us. She's here on speech number 4 already, and already seeming like a seasoned pro to us here. Can I get a witness in the house? That's the truth. We didn't even have to wait till lesson number 6 for her to weigh in. But at lesson number 4, how to say it, she's already showing herself good. I have to say, without a doubt, I thought this was her best speech that she gave so far. Right? So I give you high commendations for that, Gloria. And now, turning from that, let us move into a full evaluation of what we're looking at here tonight. We had 2 speakers, was hoping to have that third one. Poor John keeps sliding in underneath the wire and always so late to make that speech there. John, we're going to have to set your alarm clocks a little bit fast ahead or something like that. So I want to get that speech from you. We need to get that, without a doubt. We also had opportunity to be able to listen to Michelle's wonderful table topics on this President's Day, which was very timely. I have to say that I'm glad I didn't get any of those because, boy, those were tough ones. They were tough. And in fact, I'm so glad I was able to hand mine off to John. And boy, he did it admirably there, John. I have to say that. And with that said, we wrap up this part here that looks like we're still going to be able to get us in ahead of time. And Horace didn't even have to be in such a hurry to race out that, did he? And now we're going to move back to our Toastmaster of the evening, Sister Freya.
At this time, I would like to call